Hi, it's time for Street Talk, your voice and your views on the issues in the news. On a cold Saturday, the world's largest train station came to a sudden halt. Over 200 people froze in place for 5 minutes at Grand Central Station in New York City. The organizer, Charlie Todd, told us in his own words why the big freeze happened.
Improv Everywhere is a New York-based prank collective. We cause scenes of chaos and joy in public places. But Frozen Grand Central was a pretty simple idea. We wanted to get as many people as we possibly could to go to the Grand Central Terminal here in New York City and freeze in place on cue at the exact same second. People tried to figure out what it was. Some people speculated that it must be a drama class or it must be a protest of some kind. People always try to figure out the purpose behind it. And there isn't an underlying purpose. I think that's what fascinates people when they encounter one of these things, is that you can't tell what it is. It's not promoting a product. It's not advertising anything. There's no political message attached to it. It's just an event that happens. We've done all sorts of things over the years. We hold an annual subway ride where people ride the subway with their pants off. We held a fake U2 concert right over here on 8th Avenue across from Madison Square Garden. So we did the freeze in place mission in Grand Central, and over the last month, since that video has become popular on YouTube, people have organized freezing missions in London, Toronto, Berlin. In the meantime, we'll keep doing our missions here in New York City. There should be some new ones on our website very soon as well.
It seems he's just getting warmed up with his freezing pranks. Pakistan's leading parties have agreed to form a coalition government, dashing President Pervez Musharraf's hopes that the party backing him would be included. Former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and Benazir Bhutto's widower, Asif Ali Zardari, agreed to restore the judges who were dismissed by the president last year. Sharif called for the general to step down, but he responded by asking the leaders to focus on terrorism and economic growth instead of politics. Western allies fear more political upheaval if the coalition leaders confront the embattled president. Well, despite his government's concerns, Michael in the US thinks the leader's resignation is needed. Musharraf needs to be out of the loop for anything resembling an equitable society for all Pakistanis to be formulated. Bob in the US thinks the president should eventually bow out of the country's politics too. A real unity government will be the best thing for Pakistan. This will require a credible succession plan for Musharraf that will result in him leaving office. Another viewer in the US agrees it's time for even more political change in Pakistan. The country will never settle down with Musharraf at its head. Put a fair, reform-minded person with no strings attached in his place. Now, rugs made from rubbish are providing women in Manilla city dump with a trade. Since the 90s, poor women have been eking out a living by weaving waste textiles into rumble rugs, which they sell to a middleman for just 2 cents. But a group called Rags to Riches is teaching them how to take care of business themselves. Now they're pocketing the profits and selling their work in high-fashion boutiques. Sounds more like a case of rugs to riches. And that's it until next time. Do keep sending in your questions and comments to riz@aljazeera.net and point us to anything interesting or amusing for Street Talk. Remember, what you see here isn't necessarily the view of Al Jazeera, and some of the content's been edited, but for time and space reasons only. And that's the talk on the street.